Okay, you guys were also, I got some emails yesterday. They were asking me to, that it's been a while since I've done one of my lists. What annoys me, what gets on my nerves, things that are good, things that are bad. And then some of you have been asking about some of my dating stories, I guess you will, because those of you that have known me a long time know that I really should work on publishing a book of some of the world's most bizarre dating experiences. I don't date a lot, but when I do, I really tend to meet the Guinness Book of World Records in every category. One of them, a long time ago, when I first moved to Chicago, I was getting some decorations ready for my house, and I had these flowers, right? And I had some scissors, so I was getting ready to cut through the flowers, and I cut through my hand right here. So see this nice webbing? I cut all the way through it, and I remember I didn't even feel it. There was this delayed reaction where I was like, and me being the probably baby that I am, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm gonna die, I'm going, oh my god, oh my god. And I remember calling my friend Donna. I know that the doctors were probably like thinking it was a peck, but it was big. I mean, I could see cartilage and stuff in there. So I called my friend Donna. This is when I used to live right down by O'Hare Airport in the back of a gas station. And I called my friend Donna. I'm like, I'm dying. Oh my God, I have to go to the hospital. And she's like, and this is so the way Donna is. She's so, nothing excites her. So she was like, Kelly, I need to take a shower first. I'm not going to the hospital looking like this. And I'm like, Donna, I'm dying. And she's like, yeah, I'll be there in like half an hour. Seriously. So she took me to the hospital, and I remember I had called my friend who's a doctor in Columbus, Ohio, Dave the doctor. Hi Dave, if you're watching this. And this hair thing's a bad habit, sorry. So he's like, I remember he said, he's like, it's no big deal, just go to the hospital. He's like, maybe you'll meet a cute doctor. I'm like, right. So we go to the hospital, and I'm going in there, and I didn't want to look at it. And I'm laying on this bed, and this guy comes in, and he kneels down and takes my hand, and I'm like, what? And I hadn't looked at him. And then I turn around, and it was like, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I was so excited because he was so cute. And I was looking at his face, and he's like trying to make contact with me or comments with me and calm me down and, do stitches. And he's like, so Kelly, how old are you? Blah, blah, blah. And, going back and forth, and he's like, well, you certainly don't look like I don't even know how old I was back then, maybe 30, 29. And I'm like, well, actually, I'm and I was doing the hair flip and whatever. So, long story short, he asked me to come back and take my stitches out personally. And I came back, and then he asked me out, right? So we were calling each other and so on, and he got to know me, and he knew that I had cats and where I lived and blah, blah, blah. And then we were ready for our first date, right? So he comes up, he shows up. He shows up at my house, and I forgot to mention that what I didn't notice about him until he got up was that he was only like 5'2". It was really fit, but he got up, and I was like, oh, hi. Kind of like that short guy episode on Sex and the City, very short. But I wasn't going to be discriminatory. So he showed up at my house, and we were going to go out to dinner, and he's at my house for like 2 minutes. Now, mind you, rewind, we'd already talked, and he knew that I had cats, so he shows up, and he's like, oh, you have cats? Wow. He's like, do you have any Benadryl? Because I really am allergic to cats. And I'm like, I don't recall you mentioning that before, but yeah, I've got Benadryl. So I gave him Benadryl, not really realizing his little ploy that was going on here. He was planning so far in advance. Take Benadryl, stay the night. Take Benadryl, stay the night. All you guys out there, you might want to try this. Not gonna work, but you might want to try it. So he takes Benadryl, and then we're standing in the kitchen and we're talking. And he was talking about fitness, and I was talking about fitness, and I'm like, yeah, I'm really, working out, and da-da-da-da. And he's like, really? Well, I'm really flexible. I can do the splits. And I'm like, really? And the thought of seeing a man do splits is not something that appeals to me. So I'm like, that's great. And he's like, I can show you. I'm like, please, please don't. Really, please don't. And I really was hoping that he wouldn't. But he did, in my kitchen. And to say the immense dissatisfaction I just encountered when I watched this man who was 5'2" do splits in my kitchen, it was like, and not in a good way. Not like if Jason Statham was there beating some major butt, where I'd be like, I'm yours. So he does the splits, and then it gets worse. Then he's like, well, actually, I'm more flexible than that. Watch this. I can take my foot and put it behind my head. Now, I'm not going to do it here because that would make me look really dumb, which I've already looked really dumb here many times, but even dumber. So he puts his foot behind his head, and he's standing in my kitchen, and literally I'm like, is the Twilight Zone? Huh? What? What's going on here? Am I really seeing this? Sadly, I was. And I think he thought that I was, I don't know, aroused or something. But so we left, and I'm like, oh God, how can I get home? So we went to Bennigan's, and by that time, the Benadryl that he'd taken had really settled in and given him quite the buzz. And the waitress and I were literally like looking at this guy going, and he started to break out into hysterical fits of laughter and tell inappropriate stories, and he kept leaning back on the booth like this, and the people behind us, he's like, whoa, wouldn't it be funny if all of a sudden I like beat this guy up and he's right behind me? And I'm like, please shut up. And it was so bad. I didn't even know how to respond. I was a deer in the headlights the whole date, like. And let me see. Yeah, so basically then he drops me off at my house, and he's trying to tell me about how the Benadryl has kicked in and he needs to stay over. I'm like, I'm so sorry about that, but have a good ride home. There were other things that he said too, but that's not to share on this blog. So anyway, some of you had asked for a funny story, and then the other, I think, funny story was when my sister-in-law set me up with her personal trainer. That too was another short man where I had no idea, and he'd sent me his picture online, and I was like, wow, healthy, he's good looking, blah, blah, blah. So then he picks me up at, I had him meet me out because I was trying to be safe, and he picked me up and he got out of the car. And again, it was like, oh, hi. I'm not that tall, people. Okay, I'm 5'4" and a half, 5'4" and 3/4. And with the shoes I wear, I'm 6 feet tall. So anyway, we went out, and I don't know if he was trying to be macho or whatever, but literally this guy spent the entire date on his cell phone. He's like, and this is him in the car. Oh yeah, man, what are we gonna do this weekend? Yeah, let's pick up some chicks, let's go on the boat. Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, man. Oh, hell yeah, I'm gonna be there. You gonna be there, dog? All right, yeah, let's get some chicks. That girl was hot. And it was like I wasn't even in the car. So the entire time on the way to the restaurant, that was him. And we get out of the restaurant, and I'm like, hey, I'm here. So I had to let myself out of the car, of course. And then we go in, and apparently he knows the owner of the restaurant. So the owner of the restaurant comes over and joins us, and the two of them are like, and I'm just sitting there like, invisible, invisible. So I started to get pissed off, and I went up to the waitress and I ordered some wine, and I'm like, she goes, which one do you want? And I said, you know, I picked like the most expensive wine, and I ordered like 3 or 4 glasses. And I got so bored, I was looking out the window, and I'm like, oh my God. And he stopped, he goes, hey, what are you looking at? I'm like, I'm looking out the window because I would like to shoot myself right now, okay? And so I got a little bit of an attitude, and then we go walking out the door, and this guy follows us. We get in the car, we drive all the way back. I have no idea where we're going because, of course, Stud Boy is on the phone the whole time like this. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, Freddie, yeah, what are we doing? You guys gonna go to that party tomorrow night? Blah, blah, blah. And he pulls up to my house, sideways, and stops talking and goes, you gonna get out or what? And lets me out. And I walk up to the front door. I turn around because by that time I was pissed. He'd already left. He didn't even wait to see if I got in. So anytime you think you have a bad date, just think about that.